This is severe weather coverage for East Alabama and West Georgia from Dr. Don's Weather. Coverage is powered by Southern Union State Community College, Alpha Insurance Agent Jamie Dukas, the venue at 5 Points Farms, and by Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery in Wedowee. Brought to you in part by the Randolph County Commission, Heron's Tree Service, Southern Auction Solutions, Roger Bell Auto Brokers, Genesis Weight Clinic in Roanoke, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, Auction 431 South, Town of Wadley, and Bama Diesel Repair. From the Alpha Weather Center, here's Dr. Don.
All right, East Alabama and West Georgia, Dr. Don back in here with you at 6:20 p.m. Central on Thursday, August 24th, 2023. I think we had some internet gremlins just a few moments ago. I believe we lost our connection, but we're back with you now. We look like everything's pretty strong. But for those of you who didn't catch my earlier update, we have a rogue severe thunderstorm warning taking place this evening, and this is going to be for extreme northeastern Talladega, extreme southwestern Cleburne, and extreme northwestern Clay. This is for a strong thunderstorm that is setting up there very close to Mount Cheahaw State Park, and it is a very slow mover. This thing is drifting to the south, maybe a little bit southeast, at only about 10 miles per hour. So this is a very slow-moving storm. As we put it in motion, you can see that it's just really kind of building to the south instead of moving to the south. So you folks down here around Concord, maybe Bowden Grove, back over toward Gunther Town, maybe Union. This is up in extreme northwest Clay County. You may have to deal with this. Now, I think you folks over in Delta are in pretty good shape. Barfield, yeah, you're right there on the edge. And down here in Lineville and Ashland, this is still well to your north. Now, you're seeing a tremendous amount of lightning to the north. You're hearing thunder. You're seeing a pretty good towering thunderstorm up there to your north. If you go outside and look back in that direction, it looks pretty ominous. But this is moving very slowly, and this is almost 100% heat dependent. And Lord knows there's plenty of that out there. But as we start to lose the sun, this storm will start to fade. So I'm not really sure how long, number one, I'm not sure how long it stays severe. And number two, how long it stays together, period. You'll notice this one storm over or shower, light rain drizzle now over in northwest Randolph tried to get together. But it just couldn't. Just not enough instability out there. These are purely heat-driven storms this afternoon. There's almost no low-level instability to deal with here. So this storm, though it did get pretty big pretty quick, probably won't last very long, at least not the severe part of it. Now, the showers may continue for a while. They may drift on south down into central Clay. I'm not really sure the severe part holds in there much longer than the actual warning, and that warning goes until, let's see, let me grab this for you right quick. The warning goes until 6:45. So, yeah, about another 22 or 23 minutes or so. So they have canceled the warning for southwestern Cleburne and north. No, let me take that back. That's wrong. The severe thunderstorm warning for south central Calhoun County has been canceled. So this storm no longer threatens Calhoun County. It's simply an extreme northeastern Talladega, southwestern Cleburne, and northern Clay County storm at the moment. Nothing else happening anywhere else across East Alabama or West Georgia. It's a pretty quiet afternoon. The only other severe thunderstorm we have is this one over near Monroe, Georgia, or north of Covington. And that is the same storm that came through White County, Georgia, Toccoa, back over toward Clarksville and Cornelia, and back over toward Toccoa. That was a bigger complex earlier this afternoon, and it's down here now on the east side of Atlanta, moving to the southeast. And then we have this storm in northern Clay County. And when I zoom out and you take a look at the entire southeastern United States, I mean, this is it. So this is a very isolated situation taking place this afternoon. It is not widespread. We do not expect numerous thunderstorms to develop this afternoon. Just these couple of storms that we're looking at here on the radar. While we're here chit-chatting about weather, bear with me just a second. Let me pull a couple of things up here on the master computer so I can see a few things here. Heat. The heat, of course, has just been stifling, and that's not going anywhere, though we will see no relief on Fridays. Matter of fact, it's going to be much hotter tomorrow than what we saw today. We're going to 95 tomorrow afternoon, and we will be under a heat advisory tomorrow into tomorrow night. A lot of you is going to be headed out to high school football tomorrow night. Opening weekend in the state of Alabama. Georgia started last weekend. So it's going to be a hot first start to your high school football tomorrow night. And I advise everybody, if you're planning on going to a high school game, and I highly suggest you do, don't let the heat keep you from it, but take the precautionary measures. Dress accordingly. Make sure you drink plenty of liquids before you get to the stadium. You might want to hang on a minute, especially if you're going to a stadium that faces the west, Roanoke. You might want to, you might not want to get there, 2 hours before kickoff because you're going to be sitting in that heat. So anywhere across the area, keep that in mind. You might want to kind of hang on there and wait a minute before you go in the stadium. Because some of the stadiums, especially the ones, if you're a home team and you face the west, you're going to be really hot. Tomorrow. All right, so, the low tomorrow night, 72, and there's really no chance of rain tomorrow night. I mean, we're looking at heat index values on Friday somewhere around 105. Anytime you get that hot, you can't completely rule out a shower. But the chance is so low tomorrow, we're not even putting it in the weather forecast. So virtually no chance of rain for Friday or Friday night. Saturday looks sunny. Again, we'll hit 95, so I'm sure we'll have a heat advisory in effect on Saturday as well. Then on Sunday, we'll bring you about a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Still going to be hot, though. We're looking at 94 to 95 on Sunday. Then our rain chances will increase a good bit on Monday. We're looking at a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, and the temperature goes down to 89. I mean, get your coats out. Then on Tuesday, a 50% chance of rain, 84. That's going to feel like fall. And then on Wednesday, a 20% chance of showers, sunny, and 84. But by the time we see Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, we're going to have to turn our attention to the Gulf Coast. We may have some stuff happening down there. If we do, at the moment, it looks like it would be a system that would affect extreme southeast Alabama, South Georgia, Florida, maybe the Big Bend area, and then back over toward Jacksonville, maybe north of Tampa. Would be the area that this would affect if it does indeed develop. You got to remember, it has not developed yet. I know there's a lot of information out there. We haven't had anything threaten the United States at all this hurricane season, so all the media outlets are just jumping off the ledge with what could possibly happen out in the Gulf of Mexico next week. Number one, it has not developed. Number two, there's no way anybody can tell you exactly where it's going to go until it does develop. And number three, nobody can tell you how big a storm this is going to be until it starts to develop and we get a look at it. So everything you're seeing out there on this, the world's coming to an end media, fear-mongering that's going on out there on social media and regular broadcast television is simply speculation at this point. I think there is a very good chance we're going to get something down here, but as to what it is, I mean, heck, it could just be a disturbance or it could be a Cat 5 hurricane. Who knows? We typically don't see Cat 5s in the Gulf of Mexico, but I mean, you get my point. It's way too early to start looking or worrying or being concerned about what could happen down here in the Gulf of Mexico. And that would be, again, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, if anything does develop down there. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Again, we go back up and look at the lone storm out there tonight. Only reason we're here, we have a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Talladega, southwestern southwestern Cleburne, and northern Clay for a strong thunderstorm setting basically right there around the state park up at Mount Cheehaw. This thing is very slowly drifting to the south at around 10 miles per hour. Lightning output's respectable. We're looking at about 57 strokes of lightning in the last 3 minutes. There is a good chance that we have some hail, though it's going to be small hail, probably pea to marble-sized hail in this particular storm. So we'll put that in motion so you can kind of get a feel for the way it's moving, and I'll go over here to the chat room, see if anybody has any information. Hey, Jamie Dukas. Y'all look, y'all going to be listening to Jamie on the radio this year. I mean, he is the color commentary dude for Woodland football. So you got to make sure that you check out Jamie over there with Taylor Jones on Woodland football this year. It's good stuff. Listened to him last Thursday night as they were getting tuned up. Did a really good job over there, and looking forward to them again. And Jamie wanted me to pass along to you guys. Jamie has the experience to get the best rates on barn dominiums. Now, this is a new phrase, barn dominiums. But he can, they're hard to get insurance on, but Jamie can do it. So if you're in that situation, get in touch with Jamie Dukas. The link to get in touch with Jamie is at the top of all of our videos every single morning when we do our primetime forecast. And you can find him over on Facebook as well. He's easy to find. Doesn't take just a second for you to check with him and see what he can do for you. And get this, he can write insurance now in Alabama and Georgia. As a matter of fact, he's about to work up a quote on my personal insurance. So we'll see what Jamie can do for us. And I know he is going to do me a deal that I'm going to be able to brag about right here on Dr. Don's Weather. Thank you, Jamie Dukas. We appreciate what you do, and we thank you for supporting us here on Dr. Don's Weather. Hey, Minnesota. Annie Marble's watching us from Minnesota tonight. Good to have you folks from way off watching us here on Dr. Don's Weather. Yes, I will keep you posted next week if we'll let you know whether anything develops in the Gulf or not. Thank you, Cody. I appreciate your kind words over there in Corinth. Pennan's in the house tonight. Alexander City. Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery is tuned in. We appreciate those fine folks up there at Boondocks as well. I know I get messages from you guys all the time about how delicious Boondocks is, and I want to invite everybody to go up there and check them out up there in Wedowee. They're also supporters of ours here on Dr. Don's Weather. And you see their logo flashing there on the screen. You got their phone number. Give them a call. Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery in Wedowee, Alabama. Chrissy's watching us from Clay County, Alabama. And Chrissy, you're the only, you guys over there in Clay are about the only folks being affected by this storm that we have. It's quickly moving out of Talladega and moving on across Mount Cheehaw and down into Clay, basically north of Campbell Springs. That's where the heaviest part of this storm is at the moment. Now, if you're south of the storm, if you're down here in Barfield, Lineville, Ashland, Spring Hill, you're looking back up into the storm, and you can see this big, huge, towering thunderstorm with a tremendous amount of lightning going on up there, and it looks pretty awesome. or in some of you folks who have weather anxiety, it looks ominous. Nothing to be afraid of. I mean, thunderstorms really look rough when they're coming at you, and then once the cloud comes over, hey, this doesn't look that bad after all. There could be some gusty winds within this storm. As a matter of fact, we just lost our severe thunderstorm warning. So my prognostication of what this storm was going to do has come to fruition. I told you I didn't think this thing would stay severe that long, and it did not. So the severe thunderstorm warning for Talladega, southwestern Cleburne, and northern Clay has been canceled by the National Weather Service. This storm has fallen below severe limits. It looks like it's moving a little bit more southeast now than due south as well. So nothing else to be concerned about here with this particular storm. Now, there's still a good bit of thunder and lightning involved in it. There's still some pretty heavy rain out there on 281 northwest of Campbell Springs, north of Spring Hill down there on 130. Still some heavy rain and occasional stroke of lightning here and there, but the severe part of this storm has subsided. So the National Weather Service has canceled that severe thunderstorm warning that was in effect for the area. So that's all good news. And so with that, we are going to be able to go back to our evening, which was about to involve a tomato sandwich. Before the severe weather popped up over there in Clay County. So we're going to run out to the garden and pick us a fresh one off the vine and slice it up and throw it between two slices of light bread and put a little mayo on there, and we're going to call it a night here in a few moments. If something else were to develop, then we'll be right back with you, and we'll continue with our coverage here on Dr. Don's Weather. But as a zoom out, you can see literally that's the only storm. I mean, that's it, folks. That's all that's happening across East Alabama and West Georgia. And as the sun continues to set, this storm will continue to fade away. And I would not anticipate this going severe again, nor would I anticipate the formation of any other storms in this area. So, thank you for watching us here this evening. And again, we'll continue to watch this. We invite you to be with us first thing tomorrow morning for our prime time forecast. We like to get that out to you before 7 a.m. every morning, so I'll be looking for that. And don't forget to support those who support us here on Dr. Don's Weather, because without them, we could not continue to do this. You've been watching live severe weather coverage on Dr. Don's Weather.
This has been severe weather coverage for East Alabama and West Georgia from Dr. Don's Weather. Coverage is powered by Southern Union State Community College, Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery in Wedowee, Alpha Insurance Agent Jamie Dukas, and The Venue at 5 Points Farms. Brought to you in part by the Randolph County Commission, Heron's Tree Service, Southern Auction Solutions, Roger Bell Auto Brokers, Genesis Weight Clinic in Roanoke, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, Auction 431 South, Town of Wadley, and Bama Diesel Repair. We will continue to monitor weather conditions and return with the latest information as conditions warrant. This is Dr. Don's Weather.